Hey, this is my submission for where test message center UI changes. There were a couple of requirements to make to the message center which ForceLogic provided. He provided us with the logic for the message center, and the challenge was to style it accordingly to the static file like this. So let's just go into the solution. This is the app on the Heroku. We will log in as this user. And we will see message center loading, so the icon is the same as it is in the static files. This is working properly. We can see here we can check things on ForceLogic's Heroku app. So we have 8 new messages. We can open up, we can see all the messages we have here. We can open them up and see all the responses and replies. If the styling is a bit off somewhere around here, it's because not all the messages have title or a body. So we can see this here. For example, we have empty body or something like that, and it kind of it doesn't show really properly. But I guess that can be changed later on. So we can see, for example, here is a proper response and reply with all the bodies and everything. We can see nested replies, which can go they can be nested unlimited. So you can reply to any of the nested responses you got. So for example, we replied here, and okay, sorry. This is the thing, this is not a bug, but if we click anywhere away, we get the drop down hidden. I replicated this from here because if you click anywhere, even if this is open, we click, there is no drop down anymore. So yeah, this is to reply to a response. We can also reply to a group. All these buttons are working for any type of nested tree. So I think, okay, this is also the new box for the message. Is styled a little bit differently. It has the same fonts as a drop down menu, and a little more of the margin and stuff like that. So it kind of looks, also this one is the same. So it kind of more looks like this pop-up message center. If we just go to the code now, because there are quite few changes made, this challenge is actually a bit more difficult than I thought initially. So the first thing we did, we included the style and the fonts in the main index HTML. We put the style at the end, so we got a bit different styling. You can see there's a gray screen behind instead of the white and stuff like that. We could delete this out and just take the message center styling and put it in the user defined CSS. But I thought I would include all this style because it will have to be included sooner or later anyways, because we want to have the same HTML as we have in static files. So I just included it all. We have a couple of user-defined CSS changes, which I think it will be deleted later on when the whole page will be adjusted to look the same as the static files. But for now, we just set the position of the message center. We transformed the uppercase. I didn't know if that is a bug or not, but for example, now we have the uppercase here, like we have it here. Without the uppercase, the title contains lowercase or mixed case characters. So that's that. We also have some background and some padding set at here, and that is it for the styling. I also uploaded a README file which shows all the changes I made. So I added style, fonts, I added PNGs for the icons and stuff like that. And now if we go to directives, I had to make 2 new directives. One is for eating clicks. that means that it stops click propagation, so we get proper drop down behavior. For example, if you press here, we don't want to drop down to hide itself. But if we click anywhere else, we want drop down to be hidden. So we did that with it clicks propagation. So anywhere where we don't want to hide the drop down menu, we just added it click directive, and that's it. For example, when we do something in the edit box, we don't want the drop down to be hidden, and when we're doing like replying, we don't want to be hidden. So we achieve that behavior with this, so we can have this behavior. So because here the drop down is also not hidden when we press other messages. We can see that we can't reply to ourselves, we can only reply to other people. For example, some of the messages here are ours and some of them are from the other user. We achieve that with a combination of different things. One is that we first are showing buttons according to if the user ID is the same as the message from the user, we want to show the buttons. But we also had to create more directives. One directive is for handling popovers. The code is from MIT license, from GitHub, from user McCrea, which has adjusted bootstrap functionalities for Angular. So I thought that would be better than just using JavaScript and jQuery from default Angular package. So we have we had to adjust it here just a tad. We had to put J in front of the jQuery usage because we are using that in this framework. But this handles popover. So for example, we want the popover here, and we just add this directive, and we have partial for popover here. Then we had to add another directive which handles trees for popover responses. Here's quite of comment because it's quite complex. I mean, it calls itself recursively, and it adds responses in the proper tree structure, so we can see them like this. And also had to pass the appropriate data like user ID and reply function to the next call, so we can have the right scope. So we added this here. Show reply button actually contains ID from the user, and we just compare this. If it's true, we show the buttons, otherwise we don't show them. And onReply is the method for replying to user or to the group. We have this onReply here, which we also pass it in here in the popover template here. I also commented out the force logics like from and new stuff, because it's not indicated how we should handle this in the static file. So for now it's just a comment. But yeah, that's mostly it. The thing is also here we are setting the icons. This could be solved a bit differently also, or it could also be solved in CSS with z-index or something like that. But I didn't want to change CSS and didn't want to change much other, so I just put like conditional classes in. So if it's sticky, it shows sticky. If it's broadcast, it shows broadcast, and if it's other message, it shows other messages. So that is it. We left all the functionalities working, so we can see if we reply, we have a reply to really nested structure. We are sending new message and we're gonna get a new reply. This pop-up box we can hide also with the escape button. This is a nice feature, and otherwise it just closes down this part. If you want to close down the all drop-down menu, we just remove that it click directive that I was talking about before. So this is it. Also, like this, if you want to We can see that these two where test it works. Also the response to group works. We can also see I made some testing here. We posted here to room road rage, and we posted, that was mine. Yeah, this was a couple of minutes ago. I was testing if we can post to room, or we can also post the user. Everything works. You can also try this. This is message response to admin, and this is message response to road rage. We can see the messages are here. Just a second so I can see them where they are. Yeah, this is to road rage. Oh, okay, sorry, I didn't refresh it before, but yeah, so we can see one is to admin and another one is to room type. So this is to admin and this is to road rage room type. So this also works. We can also add a new room response and send it, and we can see it's also to new room response, and we can see it's sent to a proper room. Yeah, it's here. So that's that. I think that's mostly it. Just let me check if I can. Yeah, like I said, user defined should be removed later when we are using the static. When the design will be over. Yeah, so that is it. This is styled box. You can also see the icons are correct and everything. So yeah, that is it for my submission.